Good morning and welcome to Peace Out, where we are all learning together to peace out, right? We're all figuring out our own processes. I don't know about you, but I've finally found a few things when I start getting stressed out. I know nobody else ever gets stressed out. Nobody gets concerning news, nobody gets bad news, nobody looks at their bank account and goes, right? Nobody else does that, right? Nobody says, I don't know how I'm going to manage this or that. Everybody else is all cool about it. But when I get information, first I'm going to analyze it. First I'm going to stress out. Second, I'm going to stress out. And third, I go, hey, I can just take this to God and He can help me work through it. It's a little bit backwards, but it works, right? That's been my process. My goal is to get quicker about saying, hey God, did you see this? What just got put on my plate? Do you see this that just entered my storyline? Do you see this? Help me sort through it. Brings me to our topic today. I found an odd request in Scripture this morning. It's an odd request, I thought. And I've read this verse several times, but today it stood out to me. Maybe it's because I needed it today. And here's my plug for reading the Word again. We want to study the Word, and that's what the Scripture is actually about. The prayer I found up to this morning, or rediscovered this morning, has to do with the Word too. And here's my plug for reading the Word and getting to know God. There's a couple of ways to get to know God. We can read His Word. We can talk to Him. It's called prayer. It's a fancy word for it. It just means discussion with God, talking with God. But remember, that's two way. That's two way. We'll talk about that maybe some other day. Maybe I'll do a series on that on YouTube or something. But anyway, we can pray and we can learn from others. We watch how others interact with God, and we listen to ministers that are teaching the truth and are teaching the word, and we learn more about God, right? Now, but it gets down to that relationship. It gets down to, what does He really like? What does He say here in the Word? What is God really like? And I'm reading. I'm way into Exodus this morning. I got caught up in reading about the peace offering because this is peace out. So I was like, what is a peace offering? Why did they do it? It wasn't because they sinned. It was just to demonstrate that they had peace with God, or they needed to make peace with God. It wasn't a sin offering though. It was just a peace offering. So I'm kind of studying and thinking about that. And my plug for reading the Word is just read till something grabs you and just stay there. It doesn't matter what your reading plan is. It doesn't matter if you get off of your 365-day reading plan. You can catch up tomorrow. When a scripture jumps off the page at you, stop. It's like a big stop sign where God goes, hey, it's a neon flashing light that says, pay attention to this right this second. This is what you need right now for your soul to thrive. And just camp there. That's what I did today. I actually started, like I said, I'm in Exodus, or in Leviticus, quite a ways in Leviticus, 5 or 6 chapters, I don't know. And it's pretty interesting. It's kind of gross, kind of interesting. I'm glad we don't have to do that today. I'm glad Jesus paid that sacrifice so we don't have to go kill stuff, right? But in my brain, some of it doesn't make sense. But after I read a bit in there, I jumped over to Psalms, and I actually thought, you know what? I haven't read just Psalm 119 through in a while. And I love Psalm 19 because most of Psalm 119 is about the Word. Most of it, David is saying, how does a young man cleanse his way? Well, it's by taking heed to the Word, listening to the Word. How do I make my path sure? By listening and reading and meditating on His Word. How do I not sin against God? By hiding His Word in my heart, right? And so it's all about the Word. And so when I found verse 73, I stopped because it grabbed my attention, and I've camped there, and I'm going to keep there. This is going to be a meditation for the day, because I think one thing that stood out in this verse, though, was it was funny to me. It hit me really funny. Here's the verse. Let me just read it to you. It's Psalm 119, verse 73. You made me. David is talking to God. You created me. We could camp right there. That's a wonderful place to let our meditation set. God made me. Now we know that David also wrote Psalm 139, which gives an intense look of at how God watched us form in the womb. And I found that poem not long ago but I don't know where I put it when I found it. And I wrote a whole poem about how God watched fingernails grow and hair and heard that first heartbeat. That first very faint heartbeat that even a machine, our intricate, delicate machines can't even pick up that first heartbeat, but God heard it. He watched us form. So we could camp right there. You made me. No, you created me. And you put me in time right here in 2024 on this side of a pandemic, on this side of all kinds of crazy things that's going on in the world, right in the middle of things that's going on in the middle of the world. He made me. He created me. We could just camp there. We could just think about that and just think he purposefully planned my existence in time. He didn't, and he did it before he said, let there be light. He knew you would be right here, right now. He wanted it that way. Wow, that just blows my mind, y'all. But here's the next part of the verse. Don't get too lost in somberness there. The next part of the verse says, okay, you made me, you created me. Now give me the sense to follow your commands. Does that just hit that just hit my funny bone this morning? It's an odd prayer to me. God, just give me some good sense so I can follow your word. Right now, we said we can pray and ask for wisdom, and God gives wisdom. He out of his mouth, his word, come knowledge and understanding, or come understanding, or he gives wisdom. Out of his mouth comes knowledge and understanding. We can ask for grace. We can come before the throne of mercy to find grace to help in time of need. We can ask for grace, but I never thought about asking for good sense, for common sense, right? And this, it just hit me funny this morning, but it's so powerful to go, God, just give me this good sense to follow you. Just give me the good sense to stay in your word. Give me the practical side of applying this word to my heart. And you know what's awesome? That God who made us, that same God who created us, will give us the good sense to follow him, will equip us to pursue him passionately, just like he pursues us passionately. Talk about creating a revival fire. When we turn and start passionately pursuing God, and he is and realizing that he is passionately pursuing us, man, we can just sit with this verse and go, you made me. Sometimes I might want to go, why? I don't know. But he made me. He made you. He created me and purposefully planted me in time right here. And now, God, just give me the sense. Give me the know-how so I know how to follow you. So I know how to pursue you. So I know how to learn more about you. So I know how to I want to learn how to pray and communicate with this God that planned my very existence. That's powerful. I'm going to leave you with that because I want you to meditate on that today. I want that to be your meditation. That's going to be my meditation as I think about he planned me. So why wouldn't he have planned for my peace right here, right now too? He did. He actually did. What does he said in Jeremiah 29:11? I have the thoughts I have for you, he said, plans of peace, plans of hope, plans of a future. And he planned us to walk. His plan is for us to walk in his peace, to understand his great love for us that we will never really quite comprehend, right? Isn't that just an amazing thing? So my prayer for me today and my prayer for you today is that God just gives us the good sense to be able to follow and pursue after him. He's chasing us. It's only fair that we turn and chase him back, right? I hope I said something that made sense. I hope I gave you some reason to just peace out today. Peace out. He planned you, and he planned for you to be right here. Peace out. Have a great day. I'll see you here again tomorrow.